What were y'all talking about out here, man? Woo! It's cold as shit.
Alright, boys. Seems like it's been a little while since I've been sitting in here.
Yeah, man.
Happy to be back.
Good to see you back, man. Where you been?
I was in Tampa.
Told you.
The fucking cigar mecca of the world. Honestly, it was insane. I only really went to one cigar lounge, but when you type in the word cigar lounge in Tampa, there's a cigar place every mile, it seems like. And it's not some little ass shops either. It's like fucking big fucking stores full of cigars. Bunch of shit that I've never seen. I feel like I've been to a lot of different places for cigars, but man, that was my first time ever in Tampa. And it's really true. People do say it's like the home of cigars for America, and they're right.
Shit. Well, what was the best like shop or cigar lounge that you visited?
So there was I really only got the chance to go to one, but man, just that one, it was, you know, shout out Corona Cigars, I guess. But man, that one was just huge. Had pretty much everything I was looking for. They even had pre-embargo Cuban cigars prior to JFK, because that's the only cigars, or Cuban cigars technically, you're allowed to have in America. Cigars that came in are grandfathered down from before before the ban. And honestly, the prices were insane though. They were asking at least, I think the cheapest one was like $400 for one cigar.
Shit.
For a single cigar.
But for an 80-year-old cigar.
But yeah, but you think about it, it's for the history, you know?
Yeah.
You have something in your hand that is as old as probably our grandparents.
Basically, they're charging you like $5 per year of age.
Which isn't that bad if you break it down like that.
Yeah.
Is it really that bad?
Yeah, like 80 years, we do the work for you. You just pay us $5 per year. Well, not too bad,
We
but
should
you know,
get one just to have it like, in our top of door.
no, like let's do an episode where we just buy one and we just pass it between 5 people.
Oh, that's not. The whole point of smoking one of those is supreme elegance, and us passing it around like it's a blunt.
Hey, 2 hits only, right?
Yeah.
Is wild.
Like no, we have to do one hit because it has to be like
Oh,
enjoy like
God.
the first third together, then the yeah.
That's crazy.
The cigar forefathers are frowning down upon us right now.
But oh yeah, what brand were those pre
they
JFK
had-
Cubans?
They had a couple different brands. I think I was talking to the worker there. He said most cigars when they. He said that most cigars when they're that old. All right, cut it. Ask me again.
Yeah, as you were saying, what brand were they? Like the pre-JFK Cubans?
So I was talking to the guy that was working there. He said most brands when they're that old mainly went through the H. Upman line. So it was like a lot of brands that went through H. Upman. I think one box was a Dunhill box, and Dunhill makes lighters and stuff like that now, but they don't really make cigars. But back then they had their own Cuban cigars. It was pretty crazy. They also had Davidoff Cubans as well, and those were the most expensive, probably around $700+ for a single cigar.
You think they're good, or they taste like cardboard? Like,
Yeah.
you know.
That's the thing. They say cigars peak probably around 10 to 15 years. That's what most people will say.
Mhm.
And they say after you age it for longer than that, it's pretty much no purpose. But I don't know. I've smoked some pretty old cigars, and I feel like they definitely taste different compared to, you know, the same cigar.
What's the
That's
oldest
recently
cigar you smoked? Like
The
how
oldest
many
one
years?
I've ever smoked was from 1980. So that's like
Maybe.
45 years old. Still pretty fucking old, if you ask me.
Yeah.
It's not 80 years old, but it's still pretty fucking old.
And what brand was that? The
The one that I smoked
Mhm.
it was a Monte Cristo No. 4. So I actually, with that one, I actually got to try it from every era, pretty much, because I have some from 1980s,
Mhm.
I have some from early 2000s, I have some from 2010, I have some from 2020, and I've smoked pretty much all of them, so I kind of understand, like, there are differences, you know, when it comes to the age, like, for sure. I think my personal favorite when it came to those, I think it was around 2010. I think past that, it starts to have distinguished taste, but it's not. It's almost like too much mustiness, too much age. It just you smelled it when I smoked. It smells like old.
Yep, it did. Indeed, it did. Like, even worse than some cheeses
Yeah.
that are in some of y'all's fridge.
But that 1980 Monte Cristo I smoked had the best burn out of any cigar I've ever smoked. So that's how at least I know it was properly stored and it wasn't dried, you know. And that's the biggest thing with buying old cigars. You never know how people store them. Especially half the time I don't even trust these cigar lounges, how they store cigars. Imagine something that's been passed down like 3-4 generations, you know? Like, how the fuck do you know?
It was like in the trunk. Of
Yeah,
someone's
like, no,
car,
deadass.
like-
And back then, in the early 80s or even prior to that, people used to have like car humidors and shit like that. Because cigars were, or smoking in general was super popular. Everywhere you went, you were allowed to smoke cigars, or even cigarettes. People used to be able to smoke cigarettes on a plane. You know what I'm saying? They would sell you cigarette. Just how they sell you snacks now, they could sell you cigarettes and you could smoke the cigarette.
That's when the Americans have freedom.
Yeah.
We've lost that freedom.
Yeah, we
It's gonna
lost.
come back around. Watch. One day.
Technically it has, but it's just advanced to a different level. Now everyone's just vaping inside. It's still smoking, but it just doesn't stink as much.
Think about the kids.
Yeah, like the baby in the plane. Like,
But yeah, man, we definitely need to make a trip out there to Tampa.
We got to, man.
Yeah.
is that
There's
close
so
to
many-
Ybor City? Like, were you around that
Where,
area?
bro? The place I was at, everything was 10-15 minutes away. So next
Okay.
time we go there, we're gonna stay in that hotel I was staying at, and it's only 10 minutes from the airport. Like, everything's just
That's
in and out
ideal.
quick. Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, the person I was talking to, they said, don't stay in Ybor City. They
That's where all the crackheads are.
They said it gets kind of ghetto at night. I don't know if you want to stay there.
Florida be like that.
Man, so like while you were down there, I mean, what's the best cigar that you smoked?
I really didn't get a chance to smoke that many cigars because I was doing so much random stuff. My trip originally wasn't even in Tampa. I went to St. Augustine and then Orlando. I went to go see the Night of Lights, visit museums and all that stuff like that.
St. Augustine is nice. Like,
You been there?
Yeah.
It's
I like
honestly
that.
crazy. It's the oldest city in all of America.
Mhm.
The buildings look insane, you know? Like, when you look at those buildings, you realize when people built shit back in the day, they built it to last. They built it to mean something. Now everything you see is built as fast as possible, as cheap as possible. Most of these buildings we see nowadays aren't going to last the next 20, 30 years, let alone the next 200.
Yeah.
There's this one pizza spot I'll never forget in St. Augustine. It was the best fucking pizza I've ever had. It had like a shit ton of garlic, like,
Wow.
yeah.
Shit.
I wish I went there because I went to a couple places and there were nice restaurants out there. I was like, man, this is super bland people food.
Damn.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, like,
that was basically my
just-
trip to Europe.
Just super Americanized,
My goodness.
bland food, you know?
It's like seasoning didn't exist for some people.
Wait, in what country in Europe?
France and Italy.
Really? Man,
Italy.
See, bro, to me, I've never been there to those countries, and I always hear people,
Maybe
oh,
Southern
France has
Italy
the best
tastes better,
food,
but-
or Italy has the best food, and I'm just like,
It's good.
I don't,
It's
I've never been there,
subjective.
so I don't know.
It's subjective.
I don't know what you had. Like,
I had their pizzas and pastas.
But it's hard to tell, too, because, bro,
But remember, I
there's
was
so
mostly
many,
in Rome. with
and
Yagua.
there's so many places out there that if you just walk into a random restaurant, you're probably going to get scammed, you know? A lot of those restaurants are tourist traps.
Yep.
So you have to know
yeah.
where to go. And then, like, a big city like Rome, it's tourist capital, man.
Yep.
The locals aren't eating there. They're eating out they're going out a little further where their families are actually at, and that's where they're eating.
Shit, I mean, it's crazy that he says France and Italy. Like, everyone always says those are the best, especially France. Like, that's like
France has the
The-
most Michelin star restaurants, I think.
I thought it was
cuisine
Japan.
capital of the
Huh?
world.
I thought it was Japan.
Is it Japan? I
'Cause
think
they were complaining online about Japan having more Michelin stars than Europe.
I don't know.
Most European countries.
Because with France, I'm pretty sure they have certain restaurants where they have the most Michelin stars alone. Like, there's certain restaurants that are awarded higher than 3 or 4 Michelin stars, you know?
What the fuck?
And there's not many restaurants like that.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the cooking techniques came from France, so it's
Yeah.
crazy though.
Personal preference. Cigars or foods like cigars is all personal preference. You can't tell a man if what he ate is good or not, you know?
Mhm.
You know?
talking about what's good or not. What do you guys
Except
just
like Scottish or like food, you know? That's like
Where like everybody hates it.
You don't want the fucking bratwurst with your coffee, like.
bland potatoes, like boiled potatoes.
No, one of the worst places food wise I went to. I think it was
Yeah, he was right?
But
He was right.
what?
yeah. I was looking at something else.
Oh, okay.
Let me ask ChatGPT. But continue.
One of the worst things I had was when I was in Holland. Like worst meaning it wasn't disgusting or foul. It was just not what I was expecting. You know, when I went out there, I didn't know what I was expecting. To be honest, they had some good. I think it was strudwaffles. Those were good. It's like a little smashed pancake they have. It's like a dessert thing.
Oh, okay.
But everything else they have, they like deep fried and shit. Like they had this, I forgot what it was called. They had like these meatballs that are like deep fried and stuff like that. I was like, oh, this could be good. A deep fried. It was bland as
Okay.
shit.
So
Yeah.
France has the most Michelin stars with over 600 Michelin star
Yeah.
restaurants. Japan just has,
It says 50.
Well,
I'm just kidding.
in terms of Tokyo, remains the city with the highest number of Michelin star
Mm.
establishments worldwide.
City.
For the city, yeah.
City-wise, Tokyo,
Yeah.
but country-wise, France.
Yeah.
That's
Because,
correct.
Yeah, you were wrong.
because I'm telling you, I was a Michelin guide slut for a little bit, man. I used to be like, I want to go to every Michelin star restaurant, you know?
Some of them were underwhelming, to be honest.
No, I've definitely gone to Michelin star restaurants and I'd be like, I overpaid for this. Man, I feel like I'm talking too much, but going back to just Michelin star restaurants. When I was in Thailand, I had food that was just on the side of the road that cost me 50 cents or $1, and it was some of the best food I ever had.
Hell yeah, I agree.
So I believe that the food is important, but also the experience that you're having is really important too, and the atmosphere and the people you're with.
Mm-hmm.
It makes the whole setting, you know.
A lot of times, it's really just mom and pop.
Yeah, like
stores
those
or
are the
just
best
stands.
ones. Yeah.
And you're really getting the authentic experience. And you want to gatekeep it too, because it's that good.
Yeah. All right. Talking about food a lot. What's good and what's that?
Introduction time.
Let's go back to cigars for a minute. What are you guys smoking?
I'm smoking the same thing that he's smoking. What are you smoking?
I'm smoking the Yagua. You know, you gotta see what I'm smoking. You know what I'm saying? All right, we're deleting that. But yeah, we're smoking a JC Newman Yagua. Really interesting cigar. If you guys ever get a chance to even see one of these cigars in public, I suggest you trying it out because it's going to give you an experience that no other cigar is going to give you. So, this cigar is rolled like any other cigar, but at the very end of the process, the bundle of the cigars is wrapped into palm leaves, and it creates this weird shape at the end. That's why it looks like he's smoking a freaking triangle.
There he goes
Oh.
again, man.
Like a
Cut.
giant banana.
Mr. What's your name again?
Mr. T.
Cut.
But yeah.
Moment of silence.
Yeah, mine is just a triangle. Yeah, I mean, y'all will probably see it, but his is a regular. It looks like a messy box press. Yeah.
I don't know if you guys see that. As flat as a wafer.
How's it taste so far?
Honestly, I think it tastes pretty good. What about you, Mr. T?
Man, this like on the draw, I'm getting like this nice like creamy vanilla taste, and then it leaves this like it's like remnant of like a peach soda taste on the finish.
I'm definitely getting that creamy note, same as you right now. But I don't get much of a peach, but
Like you never
I-
drank a peach Ramune or a peach soda or something. It's leaving like that aftertaste for me.
it's definitely different because you're just drinking water, and I'm drinking the 23 flavor God here with, some Dr. P. So I feel like that's messing up my flavors a little bit, but I'm definitely getting creamy notes, and I'm actually really enjoying the cigar after the first light already. I think it's pretty good.
Yeah.
What about you?
Mr. A.
Red phone booth. Prohibition experience.
Can you show the audience?
They can't even see it.
Just like that.
Just like that?
What's the taste of it?
It tastes like tobacco. but like there's a sweetness on your lips like no other cigar. maybe the best cigar I've smoked on this show.
Wow.
I guess.
Would you smoke
Awesome.
it again?
Yeah, I will definitely smoke it again. It's just,
You just started smoking it right now too.
Yeah,
You're already
like-
saying that, so that's
yeah,
why.
it's like it's not flavored, but it tastes flavored on your, you know, the aftertaste, like on your lips, and you smack it around a little bit.
Now, I mean, you know, the red phone booth. Like, why don't you tell people, like, you know, where you got that, what that is? Like,
If you know, you know.
Yeah,
It's
that's
It's
the
a
best.
prohibition
yeah, yeah.
experience, you
That's
know.
the best way to say it. If you know, you
Members
know.
only.
What about you?
I'm smoking the Buenaventura Simila Cabana, but I'm gonna let my Hispanic friend pronounce it for me.
No, you did it. You did a good
That's
job.
correct?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I would say
You'd say
It's
you're
alright.
Hispanic.
like the taste. It takes me to like Mars. I just landed on Mars. I stepped on some rocks, then I took a big step into like a Thai chili plant. So I'm tasting some of the peppers that I fell into, but it's not bad. Yeah. Dry, but not bad.
Didn't know there's a lot of Thai chilies in Mars.
yeah, all right.
I'm smoking the Guardian of the Farm by Aganorsa, the little bulldog. So far, I taste like oat, leather, a little nuttiness. That's pretty much it right now. It's like a pretty, and a little spice. Nothing too good, honestly, right now.
I'm getting like very light spice now. Are you?
Mm-mm. Still that nice, creamy flavor.
I'm getting creamy as the main, but I'm getting like the slightest hint of spice.
I don't know why I'm getting that nice peach soda, man. It's so good.
Maybe and the thing with cigars too, a lot of times, the way that the cigars are rolled affect how they taste. So the fact that yours is a completely different shape than mine could possibly affect how they taste. You know, could affect
Well,
how they taste.
We both smoked the papas fritas
Yeah.
together, and then we switched. You know,
Yeah.
but it tasted slightly different. You
Well,
know,
that's the thing too. Every cigar is a handmade product, you know, and there's human error with every
Yeah.
man-made product. So, might be a little extra filler here, a little extra binder there. Maybe this one has a little more, you know, wrapper than that one.
It's crazy that he brought up the Papas Fritas because we smoked that and he was having the worst time of his life. Like,
that was the worst cigar. It made me like, I want to
Gag.
like.
I don't
just-
see.
Oh,
That's one of those cigars where it has such a high following, and I don't get it because I don't like any Papas Fritas cigars in general either.
He loved it.
Really?
it
You
was
like
good.
that?
Like, I was like, damn, this is a nice cigar. He was like,
The
oh,
Papas
my-
Fritas, the cone-looking, weird-shaped one, right?
No,
It was
the
kinda
little one-
slender?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
the from La Liga.
And then it had a little twist.
Yeah,
kinda.
yeah.
So,
Pigtail.
so the Papas Fritas, there's like two variations. I'm pretty sure there's that, and then there's also there's a cone one. I think I could be wrong with that, but yeah, with Papas Fritas, what it is a short filler. So they take the trimmings of the Liga cigars and they roll it into those.
It's so
So
fucking expensive for a.
it's very
small-
expensive.
$10
for a short filler
Yeah.
too. It's not a full cigar. It's not a real cigar.
Mm-mm.
But the reason why it's so expensive is because they use the Liga wrapper, and Liga's their highest line pretty much.
Yeah.
I personally don't like those, but a lot of people love that cigar. I just think personally short filler cigars burn too quick, and when a cigar burns too quick, it gets too hot, and that definitely affects how the tobacco tastes and everything like that.
It's crazy because Half Wheel actually gave that cigar like they listed that cigar in their top 25 list of 2023.
I believe that a lot of people like that cigar. I don't blame them, I guess, but at the same time, I'm not a big fan of it.
Yeah. You know.
Same with the Le Bijou. It was number one at once. So I'm pretty sure a lot of people love that cigar. People buy boxes of that fucking cigar. I've tried every single size pretty much of that cigar, and don't think I would want to visit it again.
Yeah, I tried I think, just a normal rolled one, and then I just bought the torpedo. See how that tastes, because the first one was alright.
So the Torpedo is the one that actually got number one, or the highest rating out of all of them. So maybe you like that one the most.
Yeah.
But personally, even that one for me, I didn't see it. I had no spark. I was never like, oh, I get it.
What do y'all think about Cigar Aficionado's ranking? Like,
I believe it started off like anything else, you know, with passion and love and actual care for what they're talking about. But man, they got so big, there's definitely brands out there that could probably pay to get on that list, you know. Because I'm telling you, there's sometimes I look at those lists that half the cigars on there I wouldn't want to smoke.
I feel like it's similar to the gun industry. Every organization is like, you can tell that they're shilling. They're shilling or getting paid off behind the scenes, or they're gaining something just to put, another brand on the listing.
Shit,
So
man.
there's like, at first it's always going to be passion because they have nothing to gain, just being honest and truthful. But as time goes by, money under the table can change them.
I'm letting you guys know now, if we get sent boxes of cigars and they're shit, I'm telling everybody they're shit.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, there's no in between. We're like, oh, they gave us this and that. I'm like, no.
But we're gonna say it's shit. Like, that's gonna scare off
Yeah,
a lot of.
yeah.
We gotta be like, it's not for me. It kind of tastes like.
I mean,
It kind of tastes like shit, but it's just not for me. I'm just kidding.
I'm just going to be cordial.
Nah, we gotta tell the truth, you know.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell the truth. I'm gonna be like, hey, it has a lot of room for improvement.
We'll eventually have our tier list, and that'll speak for itself. That's all it is, you know.
Just gotta be honest. Don't want no one dying on some terrible cigars.
Like,
But-
papas fritas will be.
It's
Yeah,
really
the lowest.
The lowest for
It's
you.
like in the graveyard. Like
It
onion.
was bad, man. Like, it made me like gag. Like,
Maybe it was just the one you had as well. I didn't have that
no,
bad
because I
of an
had
experience.
his
Yeah.
too. So
Oh, you didn't like his
No,
either? There it goes. It's just taste preference, you know.
it tasted like burnt leaves. You know?
T's just a nasty man. That's why he likes him.
Yeah.
What if those were the only cigars you found in the zombie apocalypse?
That's different, bro.
I'll learn to like them. You know, just like anything,
I'll
just
learn
like
to
Zombie
anything.
apocalypse. I'm smoking fucking Marlboro Reds, bro. I don't give a shit. I'm fucking leather jacket on Marlboro Reds. I don't
Oh,
care.
You weren't here for our last podcast, but
No. Oh,
yeah, we
for our
should-
zombie
should we-
apocalypse,
should we
if
throw
you had
that?
one box to have, what cigar
It's
box
hard.
would you
It's
have?
hard.
One blend.
One blend.
And like hypothetically speaking, of course, you're having a box that replenishes itself,
But with just one brand.
but
honestly.
one blend. In a zombie apocalypse, like you said, you smoked Marlboro Red, so you're even fucking lucky you have a box that's replenishing
course, of
itself. Make your decision, man.
It's gonna be a Cuban for sure.
Oh,
But
for
which
sure.
one? Yeah.
It would be cute.
This dude is gonna pick the party against Lusitanians. He's gonna like take 3 hours a day to smoke one of zombies are tearing them.
I'm thinking of, I'm thinking about, strategic abilities and tactics and stuff as well. I can't
But
be
think
running
about
around the city with the Lusitania hanging out.
But think about it. What if you eventually make it to some remote island and you're just all by yourself? You see, you don't got to think about that strategic shit. Like just think about your favorite cigar. It doesn't even matter about
You
strategy.
can
Like,
relax. The screens
And
across the
remember,
island don't mean nothing.
You could cut the Lusitanias into three
You could,
and have
you
3 different
could.
cigars.
and remember, it's replenishing, so you can literally take 2 puffs and be like, "Oh shit."
All right, let me hear what you guys said first, because this is going to take me a while. This is basically me asking what's my complete favorite
Alright, we'll go
cigar.
in a circle.
I chose the
Mr. T.
Foundation Oxum Claro
Really?
and Candela from Baccarat. That's because out of all the cigars I smoked so
Those
far,
were your
those were
favorite?
like the best tasting to me. So like, as of right now in my career of smoking cigars, yeah, like those are the 2.
That's very interesting that you said that. Because you've smoked some expensive cigars, too.
Yeah.
But price doesn't mean
price
it's
doesn't
good,
matter.
you know.
Yeah. I've smoked fucking... Yeah.
Like you at Burn, where you smoked that rare pink, the short story or something.
I smoked the Queen of Heart.
The Queen of Hearts, yeah, the rare pink, and you were like, "Damn, this shit is not good."
Man, the draw was too loose, and the overall flavor was just not there for me. But out of that line was one of the best cigars I've smoked. The Sophisticated Hooker. It's the longer version. Man, that one was one of the best cigars I've smoked. It was also the setting, maybe. I was sitting next to a pool. I was in Thailand, living carefree during the time.
Thailand's the place.
So, what did you say?
Acid.
Really? An acid? Okay.
Which one?
What you mean? I
The
don't
blue
know
one?
which one. Yeah,
Oh,
the
the
blue
blue
one.
one,
okay.
Yeah.
I chose the Monte Cristo #2s, Especiales.
You smoked one of those?
Those are good.
You smoked one already?
Just one.
He's lying.
Yeah,
Like,
you've never even
he's
smoked
never
it.
even-
The small ones, the small ones, but not the
Those are the
actual ones.
cigarillos.
Yeah, fucking liar.
This is small ones.
I let you slide last episode. We calling it out this episode, man.
But yeah, for a box that replenishes, yeah, I would have that because at least I can also barter with it.
You definitely probably could. That's a good size too. The special. I've never had those, but I love that size.
It's like a
that.
Lancero.
Yeah, and it's like a little thicker than Lancero. That's a great size. Those are just kind of hard to come by.
I think I said my father and the Pregnataro. Yeah.
But it's one box.
You said my father, the judge.
My father.
I
The
edited
judge.
it.
Yeah, I bought like 3 of those.
I looked at the
before.
edit.
Those were
You're
good.
also a liar, man. You said my father, the judge. I didn't pull it out.
All right, man. Now that we made it around the circle, man. Take your pick.
Yeah, what's your... I already asked that last podcast.
Yeah, we're not gonna ask him the same question. He's just gonna change the answer.
Mine,
Let's see that.
It's right there.
that I'm thinking of instantly. There's definitely a couple. Maybe who cares about hype? Who cares about this? Who cares about that? And it's always replenishing. Maybe a fucking H. Upman half Corona. It's a small cigar, but man, it's a great cigar. And I'm just thinking of I could just toss it whenever I want.
Yeah.
I could just be doing whatever I want at the same time. It'd be either that or a Boulevard Bellicoso Fino.
Oh.
That was one of my. I've only smoked one ever, but when I smoked that cigar, I was like, dude, I hope the cigar just doesn't end. Like I had the feeling where I was like, I want this cigar just keep going.
Well, now you have a replenishing box, man. So which
Yeah.
one you choosing? The half
Not the-
Corona or
probably the Bellicoso Fino.
The Bellicoso.
Like no hype, no nothing. Like if none of that was involved, probably Bellicoso Fino.
Okay.
Oh, well, then again, that is a super hype cigar still. But I could have said, Cohiba Reserva or some crazy
Yeah.
shit like. But out of the best cigars, that's probably that, or maybe even the Sophisticated Hooker Rare Pink,
Okay.
or the Opus X Oscuro. I really like that one too. That one's that's one of the first cigars where I was like, I'm getting like a milk chocolate almost, like,
All right.
But maybe it would be a Cuban, man. That's such a hard question.
All right.
Such
So
a
he
hard
said
question.
the Bolivar Bellicoso.
Most like that one. 60% Boulevard Bellicoso.
No, it has to be 100, man.
You're literally asking me like, what's my favorite child right now? I don't
You know,
know.
you have your favorite
Yeah.
child.
He
You
said,
know.
we all know. Honestly, probably that.
Okay. Well, when we come back, I gotta ask you something about that half Corona.
Boulevard Bellicoso Fino, or there's definitely some other ones. I feel like there's a couple other ones I really want, but I just cannot think of it right now.
So you mentioned half Corona H. Upman. Is it true that JFK bought like 1,200 of those?
So, I'm pretty sure the ones that JFK bought were not the new half Coronas that they look like now. I'm pretty sure the ones he liked, if you look it up, he liked like the machine rolled ones. Like they were small.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure those are the ones that he got.
Oh, damn.
I don't think he was smoking like the actual hand rolled cigars. You have to look it up more. I can't remember or not.
That fucking sucks, man. Like, if you're gonna get yourself some before you pass the bill, you might as well go for the best ones.
Yeah,
Why
you're
would you
the
get?
fucking president.
Yeah, why the
Exactly,
fuck
man.
do you get the fucking machine roll ones?
These
People
mind-blowing
like
decisions
what
he
they
makes.
like,
All right, what about...
Maybe even a White Churchill, Romeo and Juliet White Churchill.
White Churchill.
Maybe
Hey,
that
man,
one.
calm down. We said one box.
I'm in
Addicted.
You're throwing me into a metaphorical world right now, man.
All right, it's almost the end of the year. What are your top cigars?
Oh,
Top... Let's say top 3. Top 3 cigars.
Out of all the cigars I've smoked
Yeah,
this year,
I can't even tell you, to be honest.
well, Foundation Axum Claro again, Baccarat, Candela, My Father the Judge, in like a Gran Robusto.
My father, the judge, what's the normal size? The Toro. Pregnataro. And I would say the Aganorsa Supreme Leaf.
That's a good cigar
Yeah,
too.
top 3 this year.
What about your top 3?
I only got like top 2. I'm still a beginner. I'm still a beginner. The Romeo and Juliet, the Churchills, and then what was
Just
it?
let it slide. Let it slide this time.
Again?
What was it? My Father the Judge. That's it. I'm still a beginner.
Yours was probably an acid.
Acid.
What about this one? Nah?
Red phone booth.
acid as with it. This year, I smoked that Sophisticated Hooker this year, so that's one of them. Man, I smoked so many cigars, it's so hard to remember.
Hey, but you're on the
everything I
spot
smoked.
now, so
I got
Come
to. I got
You're an
Definitely.
expert in this group.
You can do this, man.
At
Just
least you're not a poser.
yeah, you've been smoking for 15 years. Like,
That's,
come on.
that's crazy. Since I was a young buck. Definitely a Sophisticated Red Hooker. I said Red Hooker. Sophisticated Hooker. Maybe even, I smoked this Atabay, or not Atabay. It was called a Red Anchor. It's made by the same brand, United Cigars.
alright.
The Red Anchor was really good. I remember that. And maybe this Alfonso that I smoked. And they're both from United Cigars. The Alfonso and the Red Anchor.
And a Sophisticated Hooker. Those three.
Maybe those two, yeah.
Damn.
Because but I'm leaving the Cubans. I know I'm leaving some Cubans out. It's hard
What
to
about
say.
that 40-year-old cigar you did
It was
smoke?
not
That?
one of the best cigars I smoked this year. See, so there's a difference between... It's like food,
Taste.
right? You eat something and you're like, this is interesting. This is intriguing. Like, I would eat this again,
Mm-hmm.
but I wouldn't eat this every day, you know?
Yeah.
That was how the super old cigar was like to me. It was something I was like, I would definitely smoke this again, but I would not want to be only smoking this every
It's
single
like
day.
maybe like truffles.
Yes, it's like
Right?
it gets overwhelming.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's almost that's like the perfect comparison, you know.
Mhm.
And even it kind of even has that funky like must smell and taste to it, you know.
Mm.
So it kind of is like fermented like truffles.
Alright.
But yeah, those are probably my top three, off my top 10, or maybe even a Byron. Honestly, I could tell you brand wise, you know. Oh, I'm leaving. All right, I know now. I smoked this Padron Black, the Maduro one. That was one. This Sophisticated Hooker from Arturo Fuente. That's another one. That's two. And then maybe this Byron 5 años. I think those three are probably the best cigars I
Alright.
smoked this year. All very expensive cigars too. So
Alright.
How expensive are those? Like 50?
you're looking
40?
above $30 for all of
Okay.
those. The Padron is probably closest to 50, 40-ish dollars. $40 at a decent lounge. You know, Sophisticated Hooker retails, I believe, retails $17, but you're never gonna find those for retail. I think I paid like $35 for it, $30. And the
Shit.
Byron, it's over 35 around there too. And I'm not saying you have to pay that much to have a great cigar, because recently I just paid $8 for a Henry Clay Warhawk, and I thought that was one of the better cigars I smoked this whole year. And that was just a couple days ago, you know. It's not really about the price, but I feel like once you get to a certain point and you smoke so many cigars, you do appreciate the smaller things as well. When it comes to cigars rolled by United Cigars or anything from Nelson Alfonso, is all his cigars look perfect to me. The wrapper is clean, the veins are minimal, rolled to perfection, packed perfect, you know. And that's like another thing I really look for, is the overall construction of the cigars.
Yeah, I'm still like pretty new to cigars, but I felt cigars that are like
Rock hard.
rock hard, and then some have like a little give, and then some have like too much give. Like,
Yeah.
what are you like looking for like in a cigar? Or
The main thing for a cigar, because even if a cigar is rock hard, that doesn't mean it's not going to have a good draw.
yeah,
The thing is, I look for is as long as there's no inconsistencies within the cigar. Because you'll eventually feel some cigars, if you overall feel it, there's going to be like gaps in between like certain areas.
okay,
And when there's gaps like that, it's going to have uneven burns. And
like this fucking cigar.
it's having
Like,
a,
yeah.
yeah, like, so that's most of the time why the burns will be uneven. It's that and how fast you smoke it, you know. But that's what I look for. And I feel like anything from the Atabay, Byron, Alfonso lines, I feel like they all have amazing construction. And that's the one thing what Cubans kind of lack for me. Is flavor's great, but you have to age it. But then if you buy a box every now and then, you're going to get a couple duds. And it's going to hurt when you're paying those Cuban prices and you pay $40+ for one cigar, and that one cigar, you can't even smoke it. There's
Seems
been...
like a scam, honestly.
It's not even... It's... it's the overwork. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's such a small country, and they're trying to cater to the entire world. They're pumping products out as much as they can.
Quality control goes down.
Exactly.
They're rushing it out.
The quality control is not there. But even with that being said, the last couple years, prices have gone up. I have also seen better construction than I used to see before. A lot of people used to complain about Cuban cigar boxes from like 2016, 2017.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like a lot of those people now are liking the 2023, the 2022, or 2024s. They say that the construction is better and the overall tobacco is better. But I'm into cigars, and I feel like I'm pretty well knowledgeable when it comes to cigars, but I can't tell you if this year tastes different from this year. And, you know, when it comes to every cigar, I haven't tried everyone like that either. So
Yeah, man. 'Cause, I don't know. I'm just waiting to smoke a Cuban cigar where I, understand what you mean. Because all the Cubans I've smoked so far have been like, yeah, I mean they taste all right, but the ones that I've smoked so far have been plugged.
a
And
lot
it's
of
like-
a lot are plugged.
Yeah.
When I was in Vegas, I was smoking a Cuban. It was a cheap Cuban. It was a JLP, but at the same time, right out, it wouldn't even light. I literally had to throw away the whole cigar.
Damn.
And I've honestly never had to do that with the cigar. That was a New World cigar, so there's that, Shit, if I was on that island, probably half of those cigars I would have to throw away anyway.
But it replenished.
Yeah, exactly.
You're
So
good.
it wouldn't even matter.
You're good. Shit. So yeah, I mean, y'all seen that video, right? Y'all seen that video.
What video?
What's her name again? Fucking Lindsay Phillips.
Ooh.
Y'all seen that video?
What is
Nah. what's
100 men.
Oh.
Oh god,
Y'all seen that video, right?
No, I think only you have.
that's insane.
Well, I guess I'm the only straight one here.
I haven't seen.
Um,
I haven't seen the. I haven't seen.
Oh, you saw 100 dicks?
I haven't seen the video, but I've heard about it.
You
that
saw
she
her
did it.
cry, right? She was like,
Yeah, afterwards.
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh, the only thing I ate today was like a sandwich and cum." I was like, "Nobody feels sorry for you. You chose to do that." Which is crazy to me too, is because she's not an ugly girl either.
Mm-mm.
Very attractive person.
She like limit testing how much she can do.
She said she wants to do 1,000 next or something.
Oh.
Mental illness.
Yeah,
Oh my
that's
gosh.
probably the closest thing, like a
It
mental
really
illness.
is a mental illness.
She probably feels like she needs
Attention.
the attention in that way. Now,
Some people say it seems like a cry for help because her family maybe doesn't care. Who knows, man? But
Uh,
anyways,
If you
that
raise
just
your child
proves
right,
that,
she wouldn't be doing that.
women really are strong. Like, they're stronger than men.
yeah, because I couldn't fuck 100 girls.
Yeah, I couldn't fuck 100 girls.
I couldn't.
Even if you told me, like, yeah, I gotta do this shit or I'm dead, like, my life is on the line, I'm gonna
After
tell
the
you.
10th one, you're dead.
I'm gonna tell you, listen, man, just get it over with and kill me now, because I'm not making it to 100. Ain't
Hey,
no
I'm
way.
gonna go out with at least swinging.
all right, you have 24 hours from 12 a.m. to 12
Yeah, the
a.m.
next time.
Yeah. How many do you think you have in you?
No, like,
You have to nut every
no,
time?
yeah.
Yeah, you have to nut every
No
day.
blue
We're losing
chew,
some
no,
rounds.
like,
no drugs, no
external,
yeah.
For 24 hours?
help.
Yeah. Hey, let's go first. You. How many?
Go in a circle.
He's like 1,000.
All right.
All right, 1,000. That's my answer.
So realistically, for me, I think like 6.
Oh, those are rookie numbers. You're gonna pump those up.
John, you're right. You're the expert.
Yeah, 6. Like, I'm just thinking about, just. I mean, it really depends. Like, if you tell me to do it, like, this week you're setting it up, it'll probably be 6. If you tell me, like, train and prepare for it, I got like a whole year, maybe like 10.
How, when you train, what are you trying to train?
Like
To
I
bust
said,
as
the
quick
whole
as you
year,
can?
you just don't, like.
like,
No, the whole year, I don't, like, ejaculate at all.
for the whole year, you don't ejaculate at all. That first go, you're
Yeah,
nutting it,
you're
you're
gonna be-
blowing the whole
Yeah, I
load.
thought you
No,
were
that-
done.
That's what I'm saying. But if the whole year you don't ejaculate, you're saving a lot of that, saved up, like, libido
What was the specific?
and testosterone and all of that stuff, like, to,
Or maybe it's just so intense
Yeah.
you only have one, you know? 'Cause
Or maybe, man. Listen, like, I don't know, but I'm just saying, like, any given moment, you like right now, I would say like 6. Realistically, yeah, 6, 7. No external
24
help, no
hours?
nothing.
24 hours. See, look, if I started at 12, first one at 12, right? All right. Okay, I could do 3, maybe. All right, in a row, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Then I'll take a nap,
You have to
sleep,
replenish.
I'll eat, sleep, wake up like at, I don't know, 8 a.m., 9 a.m., go for another 3, you know, take a nap, go to sleep, eat, and then maybe...
You're not hitting more than 12.
My number was 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, my
That's what
number
I'm
was
saying,
12.
like-
Yeah.
It would probably be around. I'm talking a lot of shit, but I think I'd probably be out after like 16 max, bro.
16
max. Like, I'm talking about max.
Max,
Like,
yeah. It's got to be one of those days, you know? It's like...
yeah. And that's if, like, who knows? That just shows you how crazy it is that that girl had 100 at once.
And some of them went over the 5-minute
Yeah.
limit, whatever. that shit
There
was called.
should a 5-minute limit.
Yeah, but they went over the limit with some. Because the
I'm
reaction,
not-
she was crying and shit about it.
I'm honestly actually cringing over this right now, thinking how disgusting that is because, man, I'm just imagining those dudes lining up.
Yeah,
And
you're
that,
the
that poor girl is just like, bro. Obviously, those dudes don't give a shit, but that poor girl's just laying there, just taking on like, dude, that's
That's a whole train, man.
train, bro. That's a whole
That's
fucking
a-
village.
Around the world.
Bro, I swear, my grandfather
world.
came from a village less people than that in Vietnam, bro.
Yeah, I
Like,
heard she got like several STDs and shit.
she did.
Yeah.
Do they not test these people?
I don't think she was like thorough with that.
I don't
She was
think
hitting them
they're-
raw.
Damn.
Yeah,
Oh,
right?
I think so, yeah.
That's what I saw on Twitter. Maybe Twitter's
I
lying
saw
or
on
some
Twitter,
shit.
too.
I would say poor girl, but she chose to do that. She wanted that life. I don't feel bad for nobody that
Yeah.
decides to do those kind of
Personal
things to
choice
themselves.
type of thing, you know?
Come
Yeah,
on,
of course.
feminism.
And you brought that up. I was having a great time talking about what cigar I would like to have.
I know, right? We just lost all our ads. Just
Now look, look at this. What does this look like? Why are cigars like what's that word called? It's like phallic, like you know, like
Huh?
the sticks. Like it's
Yeah.
like you know a lot of things in this world. It's like
Well, you think about it. What fucking shape would you smoke? Like a circular shape? And you just have something that's like this big. You're like,
it's like 2 circles.
yeah, like how would it burn properly? Like,
Damn.
Like asparagus.
but I mean, if you think about it, there's if you didn't want to smoke cigars, there's hella different ways you could fucking. You said asparagus. There's hella different ways you could smoke. You could smoke a pipe if you wanted. You could fucking do chew. You could do those fucking Zin packs. You could vape now. But this is the original, you know? This is the OG. This is the only one that's really tied to luxury. And the reason it's tied to luxury is because how much effort has to be put into rolling a cigar.
Mhm.
They say at least 300 hands have touched your cigar before you've ever got it. That's how much labor goes into making one of these cigars.
And they don't get paid like
Oh,
much at all.
oh yeah.
Just pennies.
But leave that out of the equation, you know?
Yeah.
And so, like, what's the difference between me smoking, like, you know, this cigar and, like, those pipes? You know, where
The
you can put
difference?
tobacco at the end.
The
If it's the same blend.
That's the thing. The difference is in the workmanship, the craft. Someone had to roll that for you. Someone had to go fucking pick that shit out. What was the perfect leaf? What?
Grown from
because
the earth.
when it comes with pipe tobacco and actual cigars, the best tobacco is saved for cigars. Not just because of quality, but how it looks. Presentation is a big key with cigars. If it wasn't, there would be no bands. Half the time people buy a cigar is because of the fucking band or how it looks.
Mhm.
Imagine if the wrapper was disgusting looking with fucking dots all over it or nasty ass veins. Most people wouldn't want it. It's not attractive. You know,
Yeah.
the whole part of smoking a cigar is it's an attractive.
Yeah.
It's an attractive thing. It's a
Yeah.
sign of power. It's
You're
a sign
dressing
of,
up the cigar.
exactly.
right?
It's a sign of luxury. The pipe tobacco. They a lot of times they use the shavings and all. If you look at pipe tobacco, it's all just like clippings and shavings.
Yeah.
Most of that shit comes from probably the ends of cigars, you know? So basically you're getting the second hand-me-down. And the worst of all is obviously cigarettes, the machine maids. Because then they're getting the worst of the worst. And when it comes to pipe tobacco, if you start smoking pipe tobacco, a lot of people say it's a lot stronger than cigars. If you look at there's certain brands that roll pipe tobacco cigars, like Dunbar. They have I forgot what the name was, but it has a star on it. That cigar is rolled with pipe tobacco. And if you smoke that cigar, you smoke a regular cigar, you'll see the complete difference. There's a lot more of a taste to it compared to just regular natural cigars.
Yeah.
And yeah, maybe you'll like those.
Yeah, maybe I'll like those better.
But wait, y'all didn't answer the question. Like, how many times?
Oh,
Wait, you didn't even finish
fuck.
either. You said 3 and then 3.
No, take a nap, eat again. 3
said
until I
12.
get to 12. Yeah,
12.
yeah. I think I could do 12.
Are you doing like 1 by 1 or threesome?
Just one by
No,
one.
1 by 1.
Whatever method you want to go.
Oh, if
Yeah,
it was
unless you're not twice.
threesome, something like that, and all I had to do was put my pee in them, I could do 100.
No, wait, you
I
gotta
put
do
it one
twice.
time, 2
Yeah,
times.
but you gotta nut 3 times. Like 1 for each person.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
All right.
if I did just all on them, just fucking garden hose them. I don't know, man. That's a lot of women, bro.
That's a lot of pussy.
Yeah, I mean, what about you?
That's a lot of pussy, man. I don't know. Probably like.
It's like one.
You know what? Yeah, I know when I told you I said 48, I was like, no way. That shit sounds crazy. I was like, oh, every 30 minutes.
You're more of a dog than I am.
Yo, no.
You probably jacked off 48 times, right?
Oh
That's
my
why.
gosh, no. That's insane.
If you lived in Japan, you'd be one of those guys that rented out those DVD rooms, huh?
Dude. I don't know how they do
Those
it.
DVDs are crazy.
Like, because at some point, like, it physically hurts.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's not like you could keep going on. Probably like 8.
That's
max.
realistic, alright.
Yeah.
Alright, let's switch the convo. I'm tired of talking on this goddamn topic. Let's go back to cigars.
It just shows how weak we are, man.
We're weak,
Fuck.
man.
Women are the superior gender. There ain't no way, man.
When it comes to that, yes. It's the same thing, like, a woman can come or climax so many more times than a guy can. And they are back at it, like, right away. A guy, you gotta chill for a bit. You know,
Like-
take that. He's gonna take a nap. This man's sleeping the whole day. He's like, oh, fuck! I only got 4 hours left! I'm dead!
Man.
Yeah.
Wrap that up. Let's go to... So how was the first third of the cigar?
This was pretty enjoyable, you know, like I said before, just that creamy draw with a nice peach soda finish. Nothing, you know, like bad about it. No earthiness, spice, nothing.
I'm definitely getting that creaminess still, and it's not really a spice, but I feel like maybe it was like a nut, like it's a nutty nutmeg or something like that. 'Cause I'm getting some kind of, I want to say wood, but I feel like a nutty flavor from this. And at first, I don't know what it is, but maybe it was the fact that it was held into those palm leaves. I'm getting like a, it's kind of hard to describe, but I don't know. It's good though. I'm trying to put it into words, but I feel like I can't right now. But it's definitely a cigar that I feel like so far I would definitely revisit again. I think 5-pack worthy for sure.
Okay.
But not much has changed from the first to the second, third. What about you?
Man. It still tastes the same to me. Just like a little sweetness on the lips. The rest is like a lighter tobacco.
Okay.
Mine tastes like acorn-ish, some spiciness. But near the end, the last third, you taste the nicotine and even more spiciness.
Okay, I get that a lot in certain cigars. At the very last third, it gets really strong, and the spice kind of ramps up.
Thank God I got horchata to save me.
Yeah.
First third, it was leather, oak. Second third, I got a little like butterscotch, just like a little hint, but still leather and oak, and it hasn't changed much, honestly. The burn hasn't been good. I've been lighting this up too many times.
See, I didn't even put burn into the equation because how the cigar is shaped. You know, this is a wonky cigar as is. Of course, the burn's not going to be perfect, and I can't judge it for that. But at the same time, the burn is kind of weird, but it's correcting itself along the way. Like I don't think you lit yours back up that many different times.
Oh,
have you?
I have, but mine is a triangle. So I mean, yeah.
The most I do get out of this is a very smooth, creamy texture, though.
Yeah, like it's
With
a smooth cigar. Like it's not harsh or anything like that. But then again, you also have to take in mind that like we're smoking these cigars in like fucking 33 degrees.
That doesn't matter to me because you can smoke some shit. If there's a lot of pepper and there's a lot of strength, you'll taste it. You know?
Oh no, I'm talking about the burn.
Oh, that too, yeah. That could definitely
Like maybe
affect
the
it.
humidity inside the cigar is like freezing.
Because
up.
this cigar came from 90-degree weather a couple days ago.
Yeah.
And now we're at...
You see?
32 degrees.
Yeah, so that could definitely play into it. But I'd like the cigar. I would definitely buy it again. I possibly would even buy a box just for the novelty of it. Because
So,
the box is cool. The fucking cigars are wrapped in the palm leaf still. You know, it's different.
but let's say you have a cigar that you can just relax with. What timeless movie you would watch? You know.
Timeless movie?
Yeah.
Man, if it comes to movies and I'm smoking a cigar, I always go either mafia-esque movie or like a business. I don't know. I always, when I'm smoking a cigar and I'm watching a movie, I want to feel like a badass for some reason. I'm either watching fucking reruns of Sopranos, watching some John Wick movie or something like that.
Oh, I have
You know?
yeah, similar to you as well.
Yeah, but I feel like that's how my mood is when I'm watching. That's what I watch in general, anyways. But
What's one movie that you for sure you can just pull out from your head? Like, yeah, I'm gonna just watch that.
oh, if I'm doing that, I always go to comedies for some reason. I might smoke a $50 cigar while watching Step Brothers or something. But if I'm trying to set a mood, I might watch Godfather. I might watch Scarface. You know, something that's cigar related. You know, it makes you feel kind of like, oh shit, you're in the same environment. You know.
What about you, Mr. A?
Man,
Or you need some time?
yeah, I don't really watch movies. Go ahead first.
See, I'm
Okay.
a big movie guy.
I would say either Commando, because this is so much action, it's hilarious
Yeah.
at times, or Predator when they're all it hypes you up when they all jump out and shooting at the trees thinking that they got the Predator.
And then Arnold's smoking cigars the whole time.
Everyone just screaming and shooting their machine guns in
Yeah.
one spot. It's nothing. Dude pulls out a machine gun, another guy pulls out a grenade launcher. Yeah, it just hypes you up, man. That testosterone boost.
Yeah.
What about you, Mr. E?
Probably a comedy. Trying to think of the name. What's with Robert Downey Jr. dressed as?
Tropic Thunder.
I was about to say the same
That's a
thing.
movie. Yeah,
That's a good movie.
it is.
Man, soon. There's going to be a TV here soon. And we're going to be watching movies and doing commentary on the movies.
See our reactions to like movie trailers,
Yeah.
movies.
There was a deal I saw. It was like a 75-inch TV. You buy it, you get a free 32-inch.
What the hell are we going to do with the... First off, what are we doing with the 75? Where is that going? Who's
It could be
taking the
our
7
wall, you know, protect us from the wind and shit.
Yeah.
until the wind
We could
hits
just
the
buy
fucking back of that TV and that TV falls down?
Christmas.
I feel like a 32 would be perfect right there. Or 40 at max.
Well, we can just buy the deal and then be like, damn, the 75-inch don't work.
You gotta like return both.
Oh.
They forget, you know, like
It's like, no, I just bought this. It's free. The 32 is free.
What about you, Mr. T?
Man, that's a good question. I mean, I don't really have like
Or shows, you know, TV shows.
just put on whatever the hell and just smoke the cigar. Like, I feel like it's gonna be redundant, you know. Like, last con already said, my favorite, movie is The Goodfellas.
That's a great movie to watch. Smoke a cigar
But
with.
it's like, yeah, I'm gonna say that every single time. Like, you know, I just put on any movie or TV show and just, you know, enjoy the cigar.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like the best for cigars is this though. The camaraderie, the the stories, just the talking back and forth with your friends.
Yeah.
There's nothing better than that when it comes to cigars.
Yeah, there's no movie that can replicate.
Yeah,
any
there's
of
no
this.
movie that can replicate this. There's no movie that can make me laugh like, like this.
Gosh.
Now, another good question would be, what setting would you want to smoke your cigar in? Like, if you could choose any
That
setting,
is the exact one.
in the fucking E Lounge. But it doesn't matter. Anywhere in the world you could pick, and that'd be your ideal dream place to smoke a cigar.
All right, well, y'all think about that.
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
Light on even more.
yeah, I don't know if I'm like lighting it wrong or pulling it wrong. It's like not really pulling.
That means that it's possibly getting clogged. You know,
Cuban.
it's not a fucking Cuban. Nobody would get a Cuban and
No,
then put a shitty.
Listen, it's $17. A secret lounge. Maybe that's like a fucking Romeo and Juliet mule fleur. You know what I'm saying? It's like $11. They marked it up to 17.
Fuck no.
You know what I'm saying?
Something like that. If you didn't take the band off, you could sell for at least 25, 30 in a lounge. You know, they're not doing that. I don't think they would. I tried it too. It didn't taste very Cuban-esque to me.
But okay, so a destination.
You would choose for your perfect cigar.
Choose for the perfect cigar, man.
Nah, man, I got it.
Go ahead.
I'm in Hawaii.
Okay.
You know, it's like sunset, nice weather.
Toes in the sand.
Yeah, toes in the sand, my body on the beach. You know,
I just see it just-
yeah,
half
with
naked laid down.
a little cocktail, looking at the sun,
What kind of
or the
cocktail?
wave.
It's in a coconut though.
Because I know what kind of.
Actually, not cocktail. I just want straight liquor.
Oh, okay.
God. This man just has a Remy Martin bottle right next to him.
Yeah.
What about you?
And I would be at like one of the Thai beaches. Have, you know, a pet with me while I'm smoking my cigar, like a little tiger cub, you know. It's legal in Thailand.
Tiger Cub.
Just
was fucking-
relaxing
You're on
at
the
the
elephant.
beach.
Yeah.
Oh, the elephant ride is later, man. When I gotta go through, you know, the traffic and stuff, why drive? I just ride an elephant through the whole traffic,
What about you?
stopping through the cars.
Probably in Guatemala, Antigua. It's like this little town. It's like surrounded by like 3 volcanoes.
Oh, that's.
It's an old
sounds
Spanish
amazing.
town.
That's the whole vibe, man.
Chill there, good weather. Yeah. What about y'all?
Honestly, mine would just probably on a beach, but the beach is not too hot. You know, blue water. Definitely, or maybe even like. To me, it has to be around 74 degrees. No wind, no matter where I'm at.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Slight sun peeking through the clouds, not full blown hitting me, but just to the point where I don't need to have an umbrella. No, nothing covering me. So either a nice lake with the water crystal clear, either a beach somewhere in the middle of nowhere, or maybe even in a fucking log cabin just staring off at the mountains, you know, on a nice 70-degree weather day. Because those are hard to beat. Just somewhere where there's nobody there, and the only thing I can hear is the fucking either waves crashing or the birds chirping in the goddamn trees. Like, that's the best.
Okay. All right. So like anywhere in the world,
Anywhere.
like anywhere, like no holds barred. Man, I think I would go to across the street from El Ejido, like Castro's
Oh, you
old
would
like office. Like
now that would be crazy.
I want to sit in his office and be like, damn, this is what it fucking feels.
Or,
like.
bro, if we're going that way, I'm smoking a fucking Cuban in the White House at the Oval Office,
That's what I'm
bro.
saying. Like anywhere.
Yeah,
like,
if we're
I want to
doing
be
that,
at
I'm
Castro's, you know,
I'm
palace.
smoking a fucking cigar while Trump is passing bills and shit, and I'm sitting right next to him. That would be crazy.
But if you're talking about like realistically, man, I would probably go to like this region, this mountain region in Vietnam. It's called Da Lat. Wake up at like 4 or 5 in the morning and just like watch the clouds like rolling into the mountain while I'm just sitting there blowing some clouds myself, man. Like, there's nothing more like peaceful and beautiful than that, man.
Sounds good to me.
But you see, smoking outdoors, it's just, you know, like, could ruin your cigar too.
That could. But we're talking about perfect weather. Like,
Perfect.
Talking about Trump, like, he doesn't like tobacco products and shit.
no,
right?
he doesn't.
Y'all
So-
saw what they did in Colorado?
Know what they do?
They made it illegal to have flavored tobacco. in
That's
Colorado.
illegal. It's starting to be illegal in a lot of places.
Yeah.
The
so,
flavored tobacco.
So it's like no more acids in Colorado.
And
Yeah,
the thing
I fuck
is-
with that.
And the thing is, they do that because they're trying to get rid of flavored vapes and flavored cigarettes and flavored
The long game.
flavored rolling cigars. You know, like
Yeah.
cigarillos, where it's like backwoods and stuff like that. The problem is that they fucking put cigars in the mix with all that stuff. Cigars is completely different compared to any of those tobacco products. A true cigar is, from ground to hand, is just pure tobacco. There's no additives, no nothing. The only thing that is put into those leaves is time and effort, you know? So I think it's so fucked up that they try to group it into the same thing as cigarettes.
Yeah, and you know, a lot of like the studies like come out and they're like, oh, you know, cigar smoking is like
It's 'cause
bad
they-
for you and
they
stuff, but
group
it's
it
like y'all need to define like the type of cigars, because what we're smoking is a premium cigar, and you know what that means is there's a filler, a binder, and a wrapper.
That's it.
A cigar that's bad for you is a cigar like y'all were saying, is backwoods or a Dutch Master or Swisher Sweets. That's just some short filler with a
Shitty
bullshit
wrappers.
wrapper. Not even a real
yeah.
natural wrapper either. Like it's those
machine rollers,
paste,
yeah.
you know, tobacco paste.
And
That's like,
those people are taking into their lungs compared to just holding this in your mouth, you know?
mhm.
But yeah, Trump does not like smoking. Because prior to Trump, last time he was in his presidency, Obama opened up certain things for Cuba.
We
Yeah,
opened,
he opened
relations
up
with Cuba. for
yeah,
the first time in a
relations
long time.
again. He allowed people to go to Cuba and bring back Cuban boxes. There was no withhold from that. And right when Trump came into office, he said, "We're not doing that shit." So now it's if you ship Cuban cigars, if they find you bringing them back, he's gonna give you a hard time. TSA's one.
It has to do with his connections with the Cuban community in Florida, because they make up a large portion of his voters down in that state. That's why he got like one of their leaders, Marco Rubio, to be in one of his cabinet positions.
Didn't know that.
Wait, so what?
It's to guarantee, like, you know, he continues to have support from Florida.
Like, you know, my question is like, you know, since Castro's gone, why is it still legal to, you know, trade and like, you know,
Because
their relations with
certain
them?
things are still in place.
The Cuban
Like-
community still has that trauma down there, and they really don't want to have any type of relationship.
Oh,
with
so
Cuba.
it's not us that don't want relations, it's them.
It's probably both ways.
They're
to be honest.
pushing they're pushing their ideals for Trump to like push that as well. Yeah, if Trump don't want to, you know, anger his, you know, that portion of voters for him. But if it's, you know, if they didn't make any portion of his votes, he'd be like, all right. But you gotta understand, like, even Fidel Castro's like family members are still alive and still in government positions. His grandson's having like a grand time, flying around the world, living a luxury type life.
Wait,
He doesn't work.
Wait, I might be retarded, but is this still a dictatorship? Communist?
Yeah,
He's still
right,
communist, but when you look past, you know, the paperwork, yeah, it's still like a dictatorship in a way. Can't say nothing negative.
If people make $2 a day anywhere, that's not somewhere I want to be honest. Or I want to be 100% a part of. And I say that even with buying cigars and all this other stuff, it's honestly crazy to think how much work those people do and they don't get paid shit for it.
What if you can live off of it? Even then?
Do you think these people are able to live off that? Really?
Not really, but
You know?
I don't know how life is there. I can't.
They probably live on the farm, eat at the farm,
Yeah, some people like that. Simple lifestyle.
or like
Man,
little
there's-
slaves.
And there's places in Cuba. There's places in Cuba where tourists go that locals are not allowed to really go or even stay in for that long.
Especially the resorts.
Yeah, which is why, why would it be like that? What's the point of that?
It's like North Korea.
That's to hold your people back.
Ooh.
And talking about Cuba in general, man, they've been going through a lot of stuff. Electrical outages,
Earthquake,
wildfires, earthquakes, hurricanes.
diesel shortage.
Yeah.
To the point where they need Russia to bring some in.
Man, and they're this little island that's supplying the entire world with the highest premium cigars. Prices are going to do nothing but keep going up. And the thing with Cuba is they had to pump out so many cigars. They can't leave. The land can't rest. The soil, the nutrients in the soil can't catch up to what they're trying to produce. When it comes to growing anything, really, you're not supposed to grow the same thing there constantly. You have to change what you grow there so the nutrients can level back out.
Wait, so does that mean eventually, right? There's no more Cuban cigars because the soil.
I don't know about that, but there has been rumors that people say Cuba's been buying tobacco from other countries, and I don't know if it's true. These are just rumors. This is your field. This is conspiracies.
You gotta
But
look
Rumors.
into it, yeah.
I could
Yeah, you can do
I
it
could
right
see
now.
that.
It's like Nicaragua is something to Cuba,
But
Ecuador.
I don't know. Because if you think about it, what is the complete difference in environment compared to Cuba and all these other places? Think about Panama. Think about everywhere that's around there. It's
Land.
almost identical
Mhm.
growing conditions. Of course, you don't have the grow masters, but a lot of these places now they do have the grow masters. The cigar, some of you guys' favorite cigars from my father, Pepin Garcia. He was one of the original master hand rollers in Cuba, and he decided to go and move and make his own brand.
Yeah, he left in 2001.
Yeah.
He was in that factory that rolled up Partagas, Monte Cristo. I might be wrong on this one. Cohibas as well.
Yeah, so when it comes to factories, it's weird in Cuba. It's not like one factory only rows Partagas.
Sometimes
There is a Partagas factory, but there are multiple different factories that will roll the same kind of cigar.
Say all the Habanos.
So you see, when you look on the back of a Cuban cigar box, you see those three letters, right? And then you see the date. Those three letters are factory codes.
Mm-hmm.
Those are where or what factory that cigar box came from. And it could be a Partagas Lusitania, and you could have three different boxes from three different factories. And then those three different cigars will somewhat taste different, and some will have better quality than others. So when you get really, really into Cuban cigars, people look after what year was this rolled, because there are better years. It's like wine. There's certain years that are better than others. And then there's certain factories that people hold higher than others. So that's a very big thing with cigars, what factory it came from. And I personally, I haven't had the privilege to try a certain cigar from every different factory, so I can't speak on that. That's above my pay grade right now.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. You could smoke one where you don't like it, and it maybe just because it was from that factory. You smoke the same cigar, it might taste different.
Switching gears for a moment. Have y'all seen World War Z, an old movie like that with Tom Cruise?
World War Z.
With,
That's
Tom
World War Z
Cruise,
is with
Brad
Oh,
Brad
my
Pitt.
bad.
Yeah.
War of Worlds.
World of Worlds, yeah, I've seen that.
Y'all remember when they were trying to like just that situation where suddenly all the cars not working and you're
Yeah.
trying to figure out what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
Can you imagine yourself in that situation and then like you find out like, hey, the government needs your help to fight off these unknown beings? Like, would you escape with the masses to like find a way out of the country?
But how could you? There's nothing.
No, I
No
mean, like, in a
boats?
situation where you were here and you just found out that, hey, there's some shit going on. Because, you know, like, the UFO sightings and shit's happening.
But then again, like with that kind of what you just said, how would you know if it's really something crazy going on or not? The news, the media, people tell us there's something going on every goddamn week.
Yeah.
It's like at this point, pick your fucking conspiracy theory. You know, pick what you want to be afraid of. Because if that's what's going on, there's people that are fleeing the country already for certain shit. There's people that are fleeing the country right now because Trump got elected.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So, shit, I don't know. Would I fight back? I would like to think, yeah, if something crazy like that would happen. But at the same time, I would think you would have no choice.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have a choice if there was a
Alien
a
invasion
world,
or something.
war of the worlds like that, and there was an alien invasion. You wouldn't have a fucking choice. It would be martial law on every man above 18, maybe even younger, above 15. They would take your ass and they would make you fight in this war. You would have no say. And at that point, if you didn't want to, you're fighting the government and you're fighting the aliens. So pick your heart, you know.
Sure, I feel like we're closer to a nuclear war than alien invasion with all the
feel like-
politics going on.
I feel like people have been saying that for the last 70 years, you know. And if
But I
we
feel
were,
like they just want our attention and fear.
of course, but at the same time, if we were really that close to nuclear war, think about how the Cold War was. Now that was close to nuclear war.
Yeah, that you don't know what was going on.
Americans would build bunkers in every single home. Every new build house had a bunker. Now that is what I'd call, you know what I'm saying, being afraid of the outcome. What we're going through right now with media, there's so many different outlets and so many different things that you can pick to be scared of. No one fucking knows. Nobody really gives a shit. At this point, everyone's just living till they die.
So you don't
Better.
think it will happen in our lifetime?
No.
I hope not.
There's
I don't
also the
think so,
conspiracy theory that there might not really be nukes.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
that's
So-
true.
What I think is, though, it doesn't fucking matter if there's nukes or not. If the leaders want to end us, they'll end us. But at the same time, why would you kill off your stock? You know, the whole reason for everything that's happening seems for like political or monetary gain.
A reset, you know? A
Yeah.
financial reset.
COVID 2.0 might be happening.
But a financial reset, if you think about it, already has happened. 2020, that was a financial reset in a way. Even the money that was given out, all the money eventually circles back to the same hands. So it's a fake sense of help, you know? The PPP loans, the fucking free money that everyone's getting. Look at all that money that the people that weren't supposed to have that money, they spent that fucking money. That money's back in the same hands that people gave it, that the people that were giving it, you know? So in a way, that's a financial reset. But we just didn't see it.
It's gonna be through Bitcoin, man, or crypto. I think that would be like the closest thing to a financial reset.
It's already happening. And even prior to that, like, people think the financial reset is maybe happening now because, oh, Bitcoin's so big, this and that. You know, every 4 years, people say the same fucking shit.
Yeah,
They
we think
always-
of it like as a big event, but it's like we're living through it.
Yeah, you
It's
live
like,
through it.
yeah.
To me, big events were things like the Great Depression, World War I, World War II, where people had no choice.
Yeah.
Those are real, just resets in general, you know? Right now, there's no draft, there's no nothing. This is, even all this crazy shit happening, we're still living in one of the most peaceful times ever in the world.
Yeah, even during the Vietnam War, that was like crazy ass drought because they would put your birthdays on TV. If you're on that list, you're one of the first wave of people to be drafted. And what's crazy is, I would have been one of the first because the first birthday was September 14th. I was like, oh shit, they would have gotten my ass if they found me.
Oh, they'd find you. Even back then, they were finding people. You don't think they would find you now? Everything, all your information is logged in.
Oh, I can't
Connect-
walk. I suck.
Everything's connected.
I'm in a wheelchair.
Everything's connected through the internet, you know? They'll find you. Your social security, you think that's there for you to claim money at the end of the day? No. That's there for you, for them to tag you like a fucking cattle.
Like, yeah, you don't think something like, you know, the Great Depression will happen again? Because, like, I think, I don't know where I saw this. It's like, everything happens in like a cycle. You know, it's like
It is true.
100-year cycle. It's like the start of like right before a war happens. You know, like a big war, like World War II. There was like a Great Depression. You know. And then the war, you know, took them out of it a little bit because, like, you know, people dying, I guess, and more opportunity coming out. But, like, you know, it's a cycle that happens every decade. And, like,
I could see that, but at the same time, the way that technology is moving, we're eventually going to get to the point where it's barely any people really fighting. Drone warfare is so big now. Imagine 20 years from now, 30 years from now. It's going to be just dudes fighting drones. There's going to be barely any casualties, I feel like. That's what I think, you know? Of course, there's going to be still piss-poor countries that have to send people and all this other stuff, but, man, the use of technology nowadays, there's dudes with freaking 300 kill streaks that have never seen the battlefield, you know?
Yeah, little kids, like, flying drones and killing people.
Just like how video games... You know, when you're the best and when you're 12, 13, this and that, you have nothing else to do, it'll be no different. It's going to go from grown men fighting, risking their lives, to teenagers flying drones, fleets of drones.
Or even, like, in a virtual world. You know, you could be fighting wars or some shit,
could,
you
yeah.
know? That'd be pretty cool.
In the virtual world, people
no
are...
one's gonna die.
I feel like technically,
the Matrix, you know?
technically we are probably going through that right now. And it's a virtual war with ourselves. We created AI. We created all these engines and programs that are taking over. That's eventually going to be the war. Are you going to have your job or not? Or is your job so easy that it's going to be automated?
Yeah.
That's the real war.
Imagine Terminators taking over like policing and military shit.
There's this new movie on Netflix right now called Subservience, I think, with Megan Fox. And it's basically just full-blown AI robots that you can buy and do shit for you. And the whole thing about the movie is people being replaced by these robots.
I can see that in the far future, though.
Yeah, but how fast do you think that people could actually adapt to that?
Not fast.
Drones have been around for so long already. How many people do you really know with the drone? You know? VR's been around for 10 plus years now. How many people have a fucking VR system? Let alone a human-like robot that you would accept into your home and that would be with you 24/7, that has somewhat of its own identity. I honestly cannot see that happening in the next 20, 30 years.
No.
Just for a human acceptance standpoint.
No.
I could see it being created,
Yeah.
and it's a thing that you could buy if you really wanted to.
Yeah.
But at the same time, would people really want to like that? You know?
No, it's just like electrical cars and automated driving. It's still like people aren't accepting that.
Yeah, and that's like the very first step. You know? People are old cars are starting to go up in value because no one wants to buy the fucking electric shit anymore. You telling me people are gonna have a human-like cyborg live in their house in the next 30 years?
Man,
Fuck no.
I think if it's easier for your life, you will accept it at some
For
point.
an old person in nursing home,
For a
maybe.
certain point. But at the same time, there's gonna be way more people I think that won't, you know?
Yeah.
There's gonna be people that, even if you're going through all that shit, they're not gonna be like, oh, just let that robot doctor dissect me open and stuff like that, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like it's a big gap still for something like that.
Yeah.
And I'm praying that's a big gap. I don't want to be living in the lifetime where, oh, this is my girlfriend. She's 25 for life. She's a robot. You know? Like, what the hell? Like, that's going to be the end of mankind in itself. When men don't ever have to even talk to people ever again. You never even have to work to talk to a girl.
Yeah, it's crazy now. Like ever since COVID, a lot of men are like, they're too scared to talk to girls and shit. It's weird now. Like, I don't know. But in terms of back on the subject, one thing I do think that should be adopted is AI driving. Some of these people on the highways, they can't drive for shit.
You know what
they
also?
need that.
You know also that goes to? Why don't we just have better fucking public transport? Why don't we just take away licenses from people that don't deserve it? There's so many easier things that we could do than have a fucking robot drive you around or your car automatically drive you, you know? Take away these people's licenses that don't deserve it. Create a better public transport for people to actually get and commute to work and stuff.
It's crazy.
You telling me that's more expensive than creating a whole nother organism?
I think it's more profitable.
I mean, I feel like
It's more profitable at the same time.
And more control. You know?
Yeah, and more control.
You would think that, but I feel like at the same time, the people that would accept those AI things and those kind of, whatever you want to call it, cyborgs at first, are people that are lower
Androids
class,
and all.
where they would feel like they don't want, people that don't want to do anything at all in general. So at that point, are these people paying for it? Where's the money coming from, you know?
But you could say like cell phones were
subscription.
the beginning of that, and it's like I don't think it was the first, like the poor people that took cell phones first. It was the rich, right?
Yeah.
It was like it's like the
The
rich
wealthy.
always
They get
the latest
first dibs.
technology. Yeah,
That's
first,
true,
you know?
but I feel like it goes to a certain extent where if you're truly rich like that, why would you not just pay for people to do certain shit for you?
because people make mistakes.
People make
are-
mistakes, but people
yeah.
are more controllable than a robot, possibly.
Nah.
You think that, but there's extreme sides to things, you know? 90% of the time, 99% of the time, that whatever cyborg is going to listen to you and do this and that. But that outlier 1% is what's holding everybody back. Where, what if this does create its own ideas,
Mhm.
its own thoughts, and it takes over? You couldn't stop the fucking cyborg.
Shut it down.
No, it's not.
Kill switch.
Yeah, until that kill switch doesn't work.
Yeah.
Sometimes
work?
sometimes your PS5, the power button doesn't fucking work either.
Hey,
You know?
but by that time, people will still be smoking cigars. You know.
Yeah.
No, definitely. There's always gonna be markets where there's gonna be the niche markets for certain things. Like even, I'll just use a tailor business for example. You don't have to buy your clothes, or you could buy clothes that fit you perfectly nowadays, pretty much. But there's people out there that want that. They want the perfect fit. They want the human interaction. They want, you know,
Mm-hmm.
they want to know whatever they're doing it means something. That's the same thing we smoke cigars. You could smoke a fucking cigarette. It's a machine-made item. Why don't you smoke a cigarette, you know?
Yeah, I
You're
mean,
choosing to live, to go the extra mile to have something that's actually worth it.
with that kind of technology, I mean, I think the only thing that I can think of that would be like beneficial for us is like restaurants. You know, they replace all workers with robots. Now you eliminate like. I'm not against tipping, but sometimes, man,
That's only an American problem.
That's only-
to begin with.
sometimes it's just like too fucking crazy.
That's only an American problem to begin with. So.
They say tipping started because like they didn't want to pay black people, like in the past. So like
I don't
people
know.
would tip them out. Or this is what I just literally saw on like on the internet just now. It's like that's where like the whole tipping culture in the United States started. I was like, oh, it's like they didn't want to pay their workers
I'm not surprised.
fair wage.
It does feel like slavery for those workers. Because I used to be a server too.
Yeah, but then if you're a good server, you're making bank.
Oh yeah, we were making money.
Now
it was just
imagine-
stressful.
think of-
stressful as fuck.
Usually service jobs, women make the most, you know? Like, think about it if you were a girl. You made a decent amount of money, now think if you're an attractive woman.
Mm-hmm.
Guys will tip for no damn reason.
Now imagine a robot woman, who could like flirt with you, who can.
Oh my god.
Yeah, think about it. Like the
Yeah.
robot can like maintain a conversation easily because it has downloaded a whole database of human interactions, and it'll tell you, keep you entertained during your dinners.
Until all of a
Not
sudden
give you
it's
an
like,
attitude.
I need to recharge. And then it goes back to us fucking charging port.
Until they take out the tip,
Yeah.
again, the calculator and shit.
It's like, tip $5 if you want to continue the conversation.
Yeah. Okay, wait, hold on.
And what were you saying just now?
Oh no, speaking of AI and tech and stuff like that, there's like the Neuralink stuff. Like I think they like finished test or started testing on people again, or like one person did it right, and he was like playing like Counter-Strike,
Oh, I've seen that.
on
saw
like
that.
with his like fucking mind, and he's like every shot is a headshot because
Yeah,
he just has to
auto-lock.
look at it and he just shoots automatically. Imagine that like transferred to like real life. when you're like talking about drone and robots.
Yeah.
Where like soldiers will have just like an
Bro.
implant. And
Oh,
it's
just know
a
there's
robot.
if, like we always said, if it's to the public already, there's already military projects on it. The military gets everything first because it's the biggest budget. We've had drones for what, 10, 15 years now? You don't think they've had drones for 30? The original drone probably cost billions of dollars to create. But that's like anything you do. The original of anything costs the most. And then once you have the blueprints and you have the plans for everything, that's when you start manufacturing shit and it gets easy. There's dudes in freaking Ukraine using DJI drones now. That's fucking dropping bombs and shit.
Bro, like, it's funny, like, that y'all are talking about that, and it just makes me think how, like, in America, how the NRA and all these gun people, they're like, oh man, we gotta keep our guns to protect us from the military and stuff. And I'm just laughing at that thought, because it's like, I'll put 100 NRA dudes up against one military guy, and he'll like get 100 kill count in like 5 seconds. It'll just be like the dude looking on a screen, and he sees like all the dots of the people, and say, all right, we're starting the battle.
100 drones sent.
Boop. And then you just see the whole field just wiped out. I'll give you all the fucking guns you want, NRA. Like, whatever gun you want. Like, go ahead and get the best of the best that you want. Boop.
See, now I'm
Wipe.
No
like
matter
the
what,
entire field.
no matter what, I'm for guns, because at least gives you a fighting chance. But I totally understand that it's still a slim fighting chance with current technology,
Yeah, like, I understand guns for, like, home defense and stuff and like that, but, like, when it comes to those people
the very end, like, yeah.
going crazy, talking about, oh, we need this to protect us from the military and stuff, and it's like, alright, go get all the guns that y'all want, and I'll put one fucking, like, Navy SEAL up against all of y'all, and let's see. Let's see how it goes.
I forgot who said it, but it was like a Navy SEAL guy. He said if you put 10 Navy SEALs into a country, they could most likely take over and run over that country within like a year.
And these people out here talking about their guns are gonna protect them against that. All right.
Of course, there's different levels of training. Like a super soldier like that, even if you don't have AI, this and that, bro, the government's pumped millions into that soldier. Leave gear alone. Think about all the training and the effort that you have to put into making someone into that. Because everyone, honestly, before you go into the military at that level, you're a regular person. But they can make you into a weapon,
Oh,
Now speaking of that, like, would you get that implant?
No.
so
You're like it will give you an advantage
if I
in
was
life.
paralyzed, yeah.
It will give you an advantage, of course,
Like-
but at the same time, if everyone has that, what's the point of it?
Yeah, literally everybody has it, right? So if you don't get it, you will be left behind. It's like
You'll be basically like retarded, like
Yeah.
autistic
Yeah.
compared to like other
Yeah.
people.
compared to
you
like
know?
every other people.
But at the same time, do you really think that everybody's gonna go into surgery to put something in their fucking brain?
No, like yeah, like you think that right now, right? But I feel like in like the upcoming, maybe it's not for you. Like question, like in like let's say 50 years, 100 years.
Oh yeah,
right?
of course. I understand where you're going. Like,
Yeah, like-
if it becomes the norm.
Yeah, basically. Where like if you don't get it, you're gonna be left behind.
But at the end of the day, these are all theories, because.
I mean, it's gonna happen eventually with like how technology is going.
But it always starts off with people that need it first. Like the guy that has that AI in his brain that was playing Counter Strike this night, he's like a vegetable pretty much.
Yeah.
He's in a wheelchair for the rest of his life. I 100% understand why someone would get that for that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah,
for a
that's,
regular person, would you really need it? Like
that's another thing that.
that's fucking a good example of steroids. Steroids has been around forever, and it would make everybody in this world stronger, better, faster.
Mm-hmm.
How many people take fucking steroids?
It's true.
I feel like that's a good example, right?
It is a good example.
Like, it's giving you higher attributes if you took it. Everybody knows it would,
But then your dick gets small, so maybe.
They have steroids now where it doesn't. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh shit!
What are those?
What are those?
like, so what's stopping you from doing that?
Yeah, what's stopping you?
Well, I mean, that's because, I don't know, I was just born with, natural given abilities. Like, I already exceeded things that people are like, what the fuck? So I don't need steroids, Like,
Yeah, I that's how kind of I feel at the same time. Bro, I was benching fucking 315 when I was like 16 years old.
yeah, like,
But
same
at the
thing.
but at the same time, it's like,
Well, I'm not benching 315, but like for like weight, like pound
Yeah.
for pound, like I'm already doing things that people in the gym, they always see me. They're like, "Yo, what the hell?" Like, you should compete and this and that, and it's like, nah, man.
I think it also goes into, yes, there's these opportunities now for you to become a better person or for you to max out your stats for everything, even if you have AI. But there's now even more opportunities for people to be more comfortable with how their living situations are. There's so many more distractions now than there ever was, So, and I feel like the masses, no matter what it is, people are going to go towards those distractions compared to going towards something that's actually going to improve their life. Maybe the top 1%, everyone's going to have fucking AI. But at the same time, maybe they're not, because no one is going to want for everyone to be connected through a fucking server somehow. If someone can hack your computer or hack like the biggest companies in the world, these companies are going to be the ones that really control the AI systems or really control the fucking thing that's happening in your brain. You think that even the highest levels of people would want that, Even, that's the thing, like, a good example is your house may never get fucking broken into, but you have cameras for a reason,
Yeah.
It's the thought of that 1% or that 0.5% of something ever really happening is why you have that.
But
The
what
same
if it's
reason-
like we're connected to the financial system, whether we like it or not, right?
Mhm.
Like, look at the fucking clothes we wear. We could be wearing no-name brands,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
and everything.
But we're wearing North Face. And all
Yeah,
this other
yeah.
stuff,
It's like, I think we're just headed towards that, whether we like
Like it or not,
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, when that day comes, I mean, if everyone is gonna do it, then I mean, it kind of has to be, a thing. But for the time being, I don't see, like I wouldn't.
Yeah, for the time being,
Yeah.
fuck that.
And I think with our generation at least, how socially not accepted something like that is, I don't think our generation is going to do that. Maybe 2 generations down from now.
Mm-hmm.
Because even if you think about it, even like younger kids now, they think electric cars are cool. Everyone thinks a Tesla's cool. It's one of the fucking shittiest cars I've ever been in. To be honest.
No, it's true because
And I want to like Teslas. I used to want a fucking Tesla until I sat in it, and then I fucked.
Like
Bro,
classic,
one time I was in fucking Thailand. I opened the door on the inside of a Tesla because I was trying to view the Tesla. I almost ripped the interior of the door off, and I was like, I gotta go.
when you speak to former engineers and workers for Tesla, they tell you it's really, really badly built, and you are the test dummy. The customers are the test dummies. Even with that one news article about the doctor trying to get out his Tesla that was burning up, the police and the firefighters, they couldn't get him out. They used axes, they used everything. He burned to death.
Yeah, and even with, everyone's accepting this new technology and this and that. There's a reason why Tesla dropped their prices.
Yep.
There's not enough people adapting. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason why they do this new thing where they don't have personal Tesla areas. They just use empty car lots to keep their cars. Why is that? If there was really people mass adapting it, you think they would need to have those empty cars to use mall parking lots to keep their fucking Cybertrucks and shit? No.
There's just way too much inventory and not enough people buying it.
No. People don't want that fucking shit. And I feel like it's starting to show right now, When Teslas start coming out, people are like, oh my god, it's the coolest thing, it's the new craze. But now people see how it really is, and it's like, bro, this shit's not fucking worth it.
It's not.
Okay,
You're missing your life every time you're in a Tesla.
what if it's not Tesla? What if like, shout out to China, like the Chinese EVs? Yo,
Shout out to China.
Yeah. Shout out to China because they got it going on with like the EV shit. Okay, whoa, wait, hear me out.
Hear him out.
It was like a Chrysler, I think, like a Chevy, like CEO or something like that. Like he was caught driving around with like the Chinese EV, and he was like,
Like a
"It's so
Polaris
much-"
or something like that. Or
I don't even know the
Lucid,
name. It's like Zhao Yu or something like
Okay.
that. They're like, oh my god, it's like the best car available. That's why he's driving it. It's why he have access to all these other cars. It's like just better
I feel like it's
made.
PR. Just like how they do PR for their army, and a lot of people that are in that country know it's just a paper. They call it the term paper tiger. It's just for show, but really, they're not ready.
Yeah, like let's keep going on with the Chinese fucking EVs. If they're really that great, you would know at least one fucking person that had one.
Yeah.
Or you would at least see one every now and then.
Well, I
How many
think
times do you see a fucking Chinese EV?
I don't think they allow like mass transportation or mass sell in United States yet, but like over in China right now, I think it's like the big thing. You know,
They
everybody
also
wants it.
have a fucking credit score where
Yeah.
if you say the wrong fucking shit, you can't go
Yeah,
outside.
you guys
so
say positive things.
Like-
so tell me, you know, like
Like
is,
the only-
is it really the best, or is it the fact that they're forcing you to have that fucking
No,
shit?
so like the only thing about against that and him, right, is like because they're the competition.
Yeah, that's
so why
true.
would you use your competition car if it's gonna, you know, overall affect your company negatively?
So that's the thing too. A lot of people think that there's no tie between these Chinese companies and these big motor companies. Bro, China now is one of the highest leaders of factory owners in America. China is starting to buy factories over here and buy a bunch of land over here and shit like that. You don't think that they might be working certain things with these big corporations as well, you know? Like you said, like it could be like that paper tiger shit where we're paying this guy for that. Then there's a story, and then it leads to this, and it leads to that. That's just a theory in itself. But at the same time, I don't.
I'm
If
not-
it was really that fucking good, like, you know,
I'm not against EVs. It's just we're not at that phase where
Yeah.
we can truly trust it. We're still in that testing phase.
Man, I don't think I'll ever trust it when like a fucking police can EMP my car and I can't move it anymore.
Oh yeah.
It's like, you know, there's like not much control in that.
A similar situation happened. You know, President Putin's one of his personal drivers. He was in an EV car, and the car didn't stop. It accelerated, and it drove straight into another car and killed him. And they tried to investigate and find out what was wrong with it, but they said they didn't know. They don't know what happened. But behind the scenes, there's theories that it got hacked.
of course. There's a reason why President Trump still pulls up in those fucking, what are they called, the beast, those beast Cadillacs.
Oh yeah.
If it was really, let's be honest, if it was really that great, if EVs were really that great, and think about it, his relation with Elon. If Teslas were that great, every car in the fleet would be a Tesla, you know?
Yeah.
If it was that great, but it's not. There's still that percentage of doubt, and when it comes to that higher upper class, they're not taking that, you know?
That track record is not
Yeah,
good yet.
it's not good enough.
Because even, can't say the brand, but the EV brand in Vietnam, they tried to sell in the U.S. They couldn't sell any of the cars, and they're bullshitting their numbers, their books, and their finances, even in Vietnam, because the big guy got, you know, connections in the government and so on and so forth. If you say anything negative or criticize his EV brand, the police are going to show up the next day.
Oh,
Do you want to
yeah.
say the EV brand?
No, because he's going to find my ass next time I visit. But
It's VinFast. It's VinFast. Like, you're not that important for them to find your ass, man. Like, just fucking.
dude, they're
say,
getting regular people that just say anything negative on Facebook or anything to the news article. There's some of them on fucking Reddit right now, the subreddits for that car brand.
That's why we live in America, baby.
Yeah, you
Like
just
I
gotta
may
wanna-
talk shit about Elon, this and that, but shout out to Elon, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
I support Elon.
yeah,
no
I
matter
support
what.
him as a person and stuff like that, but I just don't support maybe.
It's just
everything that
Tesla's
they're
not
making
at that
right
phase
now.
yet.
Yeah.
They're still in that testing
Trump
phase.
in the next 4 years. He's gonna be in a Cybertruck or in a Tesla.
No,
Watch that shit.
In his
It's,
fleet,
it's highly possible.
Yeah, yeah.
in
I
his
can see
fleet, he
that.
does have one Tesla truck following behind him. No.
But I just don't. Personally, I just don't trust it yet.
Plus,
I mean-
I don't want to wait like hours just to charge up my car when I just go to a gas station in less than a minute.
They say they want to start just being able to pull your battery out and putting a new battery in. You know how crazy that is? You know how
But-
much a fucking lithium battery weighs in these cars?
And what's crazy is once it catches on fire, the fire department can't take it out. They need sand.
You can't
Not
stop.
every single fire department has a bunch of sand to
You
throw on
can't
stuff.
stop lithium fires. And that's the thing, lithium batteries within 10 to 15 years, they pretty much stop. They burn out.
Yeah. Just like the batteries on a phone, they
Yeah.
slowly decays each year.
And they can't even dump these batteries. They can't even do anything with them. So they're just sitting in landfills,
Yeah.
fucking our environment up even more.
I think they say like the EV like whole industry is like worse for the earth
It
than
is.
like the
That's
car
true.
ever did because of all the mining,
The
all
begin-
the
yeah, the be-
byproducts.
The beginning stages of even finding lithium is one of the most craziest things you could look into. The amount of people die, the amount of people that get cancer, the amount of people that get sick from just mining these the right elements and shit like that for these batteries.
It's brutal.
It's brutal. Like, you're not even supposed to touch the shit with your bare hands. And if you watch real videos of people mining,
It's sad.
there are
man.
people in the poorest fucking countries possible touching all this shit with breathing it in. There's thousands of people dying at times just to get you these fucking EV cars. You telling me this is better than a gas powered car?
Yeah.
It's just not. There's just not enough research and development yet, and they're still using customers as testing dummies, which is sad.
But in a way, we've always been testing dummies with everything.
Yeah.
You know?
I think it'll, like with AI too, it's like it'll go to the market first, and then, like it might wreak havoc, before like anyone catches on to like how bad it is for everyone. But that's like with cigarettes, with everything else.
With fucking video games now.
Yeah,
you know?
like
Bro.
they release it.
The masses is guinea pigs. Look at fucking 60 years ago, 70 years ago, people were painting their fucking houses with lead.
Yeah.
You telling, you're telling me we're not the guinea pigs?
And lead pipes and shit.
Even the phones now, 5G, this and that. How new is that shit? We don't truly know the repercussions of multiple generations of being exposed to this kind of stuff. We're figuring that stuff out now. Look at vapes. There's not enough studies on vapes for people to even really know exactly what it's gonna happen to you down the line.
All that lead and shit going to their lungs.
Yeah, and you're telling me that shit, all these fucking vapes are from China to begin with.
Yeah, it's even worse.
You're telling me there's not maybe some metal particles and this and that in the vape that you're inhaling as well?
They don't even have an accurate track record.
There's no accurate track record. There's dudes in fucking vape factories, and the way that they see if your shit hits is they hit all the fucking vapes. Like,
I
seriously.
saw that video where like they pull it out.
There's fucking 100 vapes. The dude's fucking hitting every vape.
That's crazy.
Like you said, like 60 years ago or back then, like 10 days, they said, oh, that's gonna make you healthier. But no, they find out later it gives you skin cancer.
Yeah. 80 years ago, they said cigarettes were good for you. Make sure to smoke your cigarettes if you have a hard time breathing. Make sure to smoke your cigarettes after you exercise. Look at that shit now. Like,
I forgot which government agency, I think the FDA, whatever, that handles food. Doctors were getting paid off to tell people, hey, chocolate is good. All this sugary stuff is good for you.
no, that's 100% true. The fucking food pyramid is one of the biggest scams ever created.
And have
They
your
tell-
Cheerios,
Yeah, they tell you, your most important meal of the day is breakfast. That was a fucking psyop. That was the worst meal of the day for you. The first thing you ever do is when you wake up is consume calories. Consume the most sugary processed shit possible.
And when Europeans come here, they're like, wow, why is all your cereal filled with just sugar?
Yeah. Even the same shit that's over there, Fruit Loops, for example, they don't have the dyes, they don't have any of the preservatives that we have over here. America, in a sense, is a test. The start of America is a test dummy. We're the first nation ever really to do what we've done. Ever since we were created, we are just been a test dummy. We're the youngest, country and the most powerful. Is that not crazy?
Hey, but it is cool that Trump is able to get JFK on board his cabinet to get rid of the food dyes and shit.
Yeah.
Like he's going at day
We're
one.
we're starting good right now. But at the same time, bro, there's so many kids that have been already fucked up from processed foods.
Just like when people go to psychiatrists. Like, what was it? An investigative journalist did a study where he went to 3 different psychiatrists, saying he's depressed and so on and so forth. Every single one of them, prescribed him pills. Pills ain't going to help him.
Yeah, but you have to realize the reason why they prescribe you things, you get a cut.
Yep.
It's all about money.
Yep.
The best thing that they should tell you is get better rest, improve your life, start exercising, stop
Get
eating
a
all
real
this
diet,
fucking
yep.
bullshit. But it also goes towards people want results now. People don't want to wait 4 months, 5 months, a year to see results. I feel bad now. Give me something that's going to help me right now.
Yep.
It's the instant gratification, and it's getting even worse with technology. People's attention spans are so short. You think that people are willing to wait 6, 7 months to see a fucking result? Fucking, it goes back to Ozempic. Everyone knows you can lose weight by eating right, exercising, sleeping. But oh shit, there's new drugs on the market. Let's take this instead. And and even if you take that drug, they tell you to what? Exercise, sleep, do all this other shit.
You know,
People aren't doing
Americans
that.
ain't gonna do
People
that.
aren't fucking doing that shit. People are just taking this drug to hopefully stop eating it, to get skinnier. It's all about shortcuts. But that argument helps with the AI shit. So, I don't know, There has to be a fine line. I feel like if technology stopped right now, I feel like we'd be good. But it's not. When it comes to technology, every year that passes, the trajectory with technology is insane.
Parabolic.
Yeah, like, think about what happened with technology in the last 20 years compared to the last 2,000.
So man,
And
it's stopping.
Yeah, it's not stopping.
Shoot, even the federal government has like secret projects that are going on. Like, for example, MK Ultra. Some of these people are like, oh yeah, nice, it stopped. No, they stopped that project and started another project.
Well, there's always side projects. People are always being tested on.
I don't know. When like the defense, like the Pentagon, I guess, like a large portion of their budget go missing somewhere.
There's
It's
no
like-
accountability.
Yeah,
matter
there's
what.
no accountability because no one's gonna check them.
I mean, last
Oh,
week,
just know though, if you owe the government $1,000, though, they're coming for you.
They're coming for your
I
ass.
don't know.
But
No.
like a billion go missing, it's like they turn the other way. It's like there gotta be something going on.
You know, well, last week Biden gave 100 billion more to Ukraine, but all of a sudden alien news popped up right after that.
He gave $100 billion.
In support,
Yeah, I did
you know,
not
like
know
military equipment and shit.
No, he didn't.
How much was it?
It was not $100 fucking billion. Where the fuck are they
That would
gonna
be insane.
shit that? Like,
I believe it's billions, though. No matter what, it doesn't
It's always
matter.
billions.
Nowadays, it just, who knows? And then it's, when you think about governments and stuff like that, they manipulate markets. This past weekend, $1.5 trillion was wiped from the crypto market alone. Where's that money? For people to win in crypto, people have to lose at the same time, So that money is, and think about the biggest players now. It's not people anymore. It's governments.
Countries, yeah.
It's countries. Regular people don't have an effect on the market anymore. So these countries are pulling all this money out for what? Doing shit like that.
shit.
So your cigar.
All right, guys. I think that is a good
Time to go inside.
time to end the night. We're all done, and I guess we'll end on the conspiracy with technology,
Yeah,
right?
just bring your cigars right now. Like,
I think this is a great cigar. I would definitely smoke it again. Creaminess throughout. Easy smoke. Not too nicotine heavy. I would smoke it again. What about you?
Yeah, I'll give this cigar like a 6.5.
That's lower than I would give. I would say 7.5. I actually really enjoy the cigar. But also it might be the fact that I've been trying to find a cigar for so long, and I finally obtained it, I'm not lucky like you guys fuckers who found a fucking cigar snob, and then all of a sudden you guys got Cubans and shit. Took me forever to try a fucking Cuban and know what was real or not,
I give this Guardian of the Farm a 4. Like a 4 or 5. Yeah. It wasn't that good.
Damn.
So I usually like anything from Warp, I usually like stuff from Aganorsa, so the fact that they came together, like it was a bummer.
I give mine's a 6 out of 10 because near the end, that nicotine and spiciness was like not
Too
too
much.
much.
And you finished it though, so
Yeah, it was.
good enough for you to finish it.
What about you, Abel? Mr. A?
And the camera.
It's a 7, man.
Oh,
But like it would have been an 8 if I could pull it. Like I had to keep relighting it. I don't know if it's just this one, maybe a better stick where I like if I could pull the whole way through, it wouldn't be bad.
But see, the fact that the cigar is $17, and you have problems like that, I would take it down. Like, you know,
Yeah.
take it down and score just for that.
Maybe like a 6 then, I guess. But it was a great cigar.
Great flavors, but just the construction wasn't good.
Yeah, it was almost there. Just wasn't hitting the mark.
All right, guess that's it.
Yeah, man.
See you guys next time.
Until next time,
Aliens.
don't inhale.